Good evening. Tonight I want to read a few texts from the Bible. As always, I will read them in a random order and I will not focus on specific chapters. I wish you a good night and I hope you can relax. So let's begin. The first one is from the Book of Wisdom. That night had been foretold to our ancestors, so that once they saw what kind of oath they had put their trusts in, they would joyfully take courage. It was the expectation of your people, the saving of the virtuous, and the ruin of the enemies. For by the same act with which you took vengeance on your foes, you made us glorious by calling us to you. The devout children of earthly men offered sacrifice in secret in his divine pact. They struck with one accord, that the saints would share the same blessings and dangers alike, and forthwith they had begun to chant the hymns of the Father. The next text is from Hebrews. Only faith can guarantee the blessings that we hope for, or prove the existence of the realities that at present remain unseen. It was for faith that our ancestors were commended. It was by faith that Abraham obeyed the call to set out for a country that was the inheritance given to him and his descendants, and that he set out without knowing where he was going. By faith he arrived as a foreigner in the promised land and lived there as if in a strange country with Isaac and Jacob, who were heirs with him of the same promise. They lived there in tents while he looked forward to a city founded, designed and built by God. It was equally by faith that Sarah, in spite of being past age, was made able to conceive, because she believed that he who made the promise would be faithful to it. Because of this, there came from one man, and one who was already as good as dead himself, more descendants than could be counted, as many as the stars of heaven or the grains of sand on the seashore. The next one is from the Gospel from Luke. Jesus said to his disciples, "See that you are dressed for action and have your lamps. Be like men waiting for masters, returning home from the wedding, ready to open the door as soon as they come and knock. Happy those servants whom the master finds awake when he comes. I tell you solemnly, he will put on our apron, sit them down at the table, and wait on them. It may be in the second watch he comes, or in the third, but happy those servants if he finds them ready. You may be quite sure of this, that if the household had known at what hour the burglar would come, he would not have let anyone break through the wall of his house. You too must stand ready, because of the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect." The next one is from Jeremiah. The king's leading men spoke to the king. "Let Jeremiah be put to death. He is unquestionably disheartening the remaining soldiers in the city, and all the people too, by talking like this. The fellow does not have the welfare of this people at heart so much as it ruins." "He is in your hands, as you know," King Sidioc answered, "for the king is powerless against you." So they took Jeremiah and threw him into the well of Prince Malachia in the court of the guard, letting him down with ropes. There was no water in the well, only mud, and into the mud Jeremiah sank. Ebed-Melech came out from the palace and spoke to the king. "My lord king," he said, "these men have done a wicked thing by threatening the prophet Jeremiah like this. They have thrown him into the well where he will die. At this the king gave Ebed-melech the Cushite the follow order. Take 3 men with you from here and pull the prophet Jeremiah out of the well before he dies. The next is from Hebrews. With so many witnesses and a great cloud on every side of us, we too then should throw off everything that hinders us, especially the sin that clings to us so easily, and keep running steadily in the race we have started. Let us not lose sight of Jesus, who leads us in our faith and brings it to perfection. For the sake of the joy which was still in the future, he endured the cross, disregarding the shamefulness of it, and from now on has taken his place at the right hand of God's throne. Think of the way he stood such opposition from sinners, and then you will not give up for want of courage. In the fight against sin, you have not yet had to keep fighting to the point of death. The last text is free again from the Gospel, from Luke. Jesus said to his disciples, I have come to bring fire to the earth, and how I wish it were blazing already. There is a baptism I must still receive, and how great is my distress till it is over. Do you suppose that I am here to bring peace on earth? No, I tell you, but rather division. For from now on a household of 5 will be divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3, the father divided against the son against the father, mother against daughter, daughter against mother, mother-in-law against daughter-in-law, and daughter-in-law against mother-in-law.